Hello, Kelly Bomar coming to you, and I'm here to talk to you about a couple of assessment tools that we can use in the classroom. First one is Quizziz. You're probably somewhat familiar with this. I know many people use this already, but a couple things that you can do. You can explore, which is another easy option. You can type in a specific topic, or you can come right down here and click on the broad topics and kind of go from there. In my library is maybe quizzes that you've used or and saved from other creators. Doesn't have to be your content. My organization is the school. It'll show you anybody in the school that has quizzes, reports. This is where, as a teacher, from the assessment piece, you're able to use the quizzes on Quizziz and get some feedback here. You can also go in and assign practice. Other cool things about Quizziz is being a Google district. In the classes, you can see you can import directly from Google Classroom, or if you have Schoolology or Canva, excuse me, you can import those in as well, or you can just create a class. There's an easy way to do under Create. Okay, you can do a lesson, which, like it says here, is an instructor-led experience, right? You can put slides and different multimedia and all kinds of stuff in there. Let's do a test here in history. And you can see here, you can kind of work through it. It's very PowerPoint-ish in nature. And you can kind of, go through, add your video, make different tables. Basically, you're setting up like a slideshow that you will use for a lesson that will go with a quiz that you will do after that. Okay. So, I'm not necessarily going to use that. But then once you make it, you can assign it to classes. You can, assign, and like I said, it'll create an assignment through Google Classroom, and you assign it that way. You can also, if you don't want to do a lesson, you just want to do a quiz, you can go straight here to New Quiz. And you can do a live or one that's instructor-led, basically, or one that kids can do on their own with quiz, poll questions, and they can do it at their own pace if you wanted to do it that way, which works great if you have virtual days, just extra practice. Maybe you have kids that are a little bit behind, struggling to keep up with certain topics. You can make some quizzes or give them some quizzes that are already made here. Just for extra practice, you can assign it to them through Google Classroom, or you can just send them a link, however you want to work it there. So that is a quick rundown of Quizziz. Now, flipping over to the other one that I'm going to talk about is EdPuzzle. A lot of the same type of features. Okay, you can discover, right, which is basically searching. Right, you can search for whatever topic you want to do. There's same type thing. You got EdPuzzle Originals, which are subjects that are already done, and there's lots of good content here. It's kind of broken down by grade level or difficulty. Under my classes, you can import through all these different LMSs, or if you don't want to use any of those, you can just go in here and create some classes, do it that way. So the way things work here on EdPuzzle, okay, is everything centers around a video. So you can go under Discover, like I said, under Community, or you can click on this YouTube tab, and it has YouTube videos here. It also has quick links to Khan Academy, National Geographic, TED Talks, and a couple other things. So let's say we want to use a National Geographic video. Actually, let's go here. Let's just search. And here we go. So, here's a good one, tempo. Okay, now this one I can review it, watch it, see what the questions are, and use it just as it is. I can assign it, I can copy it, do what I want to. What I want to do is I want to edit it and create my own version of this video. Okay, so I can leave these here, see what the questions are. Okay, why does tempo matter? Okay, I want to leave those there, but what I want to do is I want to come in, add a question. Okay, so I've got all the questions. Let's see, they did the question here. What does the word tempo mean? Well, maybe I want to come right in here and I want to add my own video or just a note. Maybe I want to put a note in here and say blah blah blah. So now I'm recording while I'm doing this, but I could record a question. That would work great for students maybe that aren't the best readers, or if you're doing questions for younger grades, obviously they might not be able to read as well. But you could do a voice question, save it, and now it's doing its magic, and it's got that question in there. Okay, so, and the thing that's neat about EdPuzzle is once you get all this done, okay, let's say I'm finished. I've added everything I wanted to. Now, I go in there when I assign this to students, to a class rather, okay? See this prevent skipping button. They can't come to a question or a pause and skip it. That's clicked by default, so if you leave that there. So like I said, and there's so much more that you can do. That's just a quick rundown. But just to kind of recap, what we're able to do is you can, personalize videos and add interactive elements like voiceovers and questions. Those can be assigned, and student responses can be reviewed. You can do the reports just like you do in Quizziz, and you can see the answers and kind of get some assessment that way. YouTube integration makes inserting videos simple. Students can now, this is relatively new, students now can answer with text, which they always could do, or audio. So if you have a student project, allow students to make their own EdPuzzle project, and they could like assign it to you. You can pick the topic. You can see their students, you can search and find videos and add the elements into the video, just like I showed you as a teacher could do. And you can also, there's an embedded screencast recorder. Recap and Quizziz, you got the Google Classroom connectivity. Quizzes can be self-paced or teacher-directed. You got the in-depth reporting of results. A lot of stuff that, you can assign practice, like I mentioned. There's 5 different question types: images, video, audio, teleporting questions from other quizzes and lessons, and you can easily share quizzes with other teachers, to collaborate. With that, hopefully you have learned something about EdPuzzle and Quizziz, and you were able to put those in your classroom and use those right away. So that's it. Thanks for tuning in, and good luck.